Hell, I thought I'd share this day back in 1998. Uh, See that little rubbish truck back there? See this car here? This is probably one of the... And I am a Libra. And this is exactly from the same paper on the same day. In the same paper that this happened. Once again, take a look. Now, only one can imagine what it was doing with the truck here. But, yeah. I don't know how many times I was on the back of that rubbish truck and something like this happened, like 3 times. The other time it wasn't in the newspaper, but it was in Fitchburg, and the hopper of the back of the truck, if anybody's ever seen one, the damn car, as soon as I stepped on the sidewalk, no sooner did I step on the sidewalk, a car went right beneath the hopper. Bang! This one was right along the side of the hopper. They got steps that stick out that the man, the rubbish guy in the back can stand on. And, once again, take a look at that. The step ripped that right off and shredded it. And it was along the side of the truck on the side of the road back there. But this horoscope, mind you, this could turn out to be one of your luckier days. I wish it was winning money. That would have been luckier. It would have been fun, but no, I had to end up watch this happen. And this was my truck, my route, and it was in on Parker, no. Let's see, where were we? We were on, it was in Gardner, Mass. But it goes on to say, serious injuries were narrowly averted following a collision Tuesday morning between a car and a garbage truck, permitting area residents to protest excessive speeds on Pearl Street. There it is. And yes, I will say a lot of people on this street back in the day, because it's a long, straightaway road almost. Like, you got people doing like 50, 60 miles. This guy was sure doing about at least 45. And he blamed it on the sun, because as you can see, the sun was beaming down, along the road here, and it was coming from the, I want to say south or east or west or whatever it was facing the windshields. As you can see there, the glare of the sun on the truck. But when I saw, this is how close this car got to me. He blamed it on a cigarette. And when I seen him maybe messing with the cigarette lighter, but all in all, he was definitely messing with the dashboard, and I think he was playing with the radio at the time. And he was looking down. I mean, I stood there as long as I could until the car literally hit. And I ran and jumped off to the side, and there was a friggin' railing, mind you. I might take a trip out there and show it. But a steel railing that was alongside of the road, and then like a 3-4 foot drop. I jumped over it and fell down. I wasn't getting torn up with that, boy. I'd have lost some legs and limbs if this car would have hit me, let alone be dead. But, he lost all view. He said the sun blinded him. It was 8:35 in the morning. As you can see, my name, Archie Dutrasack of Fitchburg, was standing behind a truck, throwing bags into the rear of the vehicle when he saw the Corto's vehicle approaching. He came up and slammed into it, he said, as he hit the grass flying. He was about 2.5 feet from me. That's what I said. And I watched my life flash in front of my eyes. I said, make it a little dramatic. He ran to the right to avoid the car, which was totaled upon impact with the truck. I guess I've got 9 lives, I said, because this was probably the 3rd accident I was in where a car hit the truck, literally. And, yeah, just... one of them was with a buddy of mine, and the car hit the back of it too, and I pulled him out of the way and saved his life because he was on the side the car hit. And then the other time I was in Fitchburg, and that one, like I said, slammed right under the hopper. So there was 3 friggin' times, and then there was other times that the driver of the truck would have... Not only was it a driver, you know, driving pretty much recklessly, the stupid driver I had was on medication and literally almost slammed me into a tree, mind you, because he got so close to the side of the road, like there was trees right along the side of it, and I had to jump. And if I didn't jump when I did, I was like 3 feet away from getting plastered into a tree. I would have done a Sonny Bono skiing accident. Poof, right into the tree. And then my man Keith Kent was the driver at the time. And he was in the truck. And he said he didn't even feel nothing of this car hitting. I mean, he might have felt a little like a bounce, but literally that damn truck tore that friggin' thing right off like a tin can. And this was a 1987 car, mind you, Subaru. So I mean, it only goes to show what it's like to drive in these newer cars, and even the 80s, for Christ's sakes. This is when I think they started, right, getting into lighter steel. You know, tin can, say so, metal. So I mean, anything with a sharp edge would just rip that shit apart. And Keith at the time, he lived in Gardner, and he even said he had a black Mustang GT. And oh yeah, and then this happened too. We were out on another road. This guy missed us, but if he didn't, he laid on 80 feet of rubber, right? And you could see the rubber marks of it, and the guy braking. That's how fast he was going. And he too almost hit the truck. And it was on Pearl Street. Same one, but it was further down the road. So I mean, he even admit of driving he had a car and used to, but that was the GT, oh no, that was it. It was he even had the car though, I think he had a Mustang too. He said he used to race when he was younger, but thankfully he said he never got into an accident. But I mean, all this, I mean, even a guy here that says Michael Kyoto, he lives on 87 Pearl Street, and agreed with the, you know, Keith, the driver, that everybody around that area. And I forgot about that. I'm glad I just read that. But, yeah, I was behind the truck on that day, too, mind you. As the guy's like, slammed on his brakes. I mean, he was about 2 feet, like he said, of hitting the hopper again. And he would have done what the guy in Fitchburg did and just would have crumpled up the front end. But, oh man, I don't know what the speed is out there these days, but this was in 1998. Of course, my little old friggin' horoscope that day made a little sense. I thought I'd share this though, because this is getting ripped up and ragged. But, oh yeah, and if there was a passenger in that car, probably would have been sitting in the damn driver's seat, but the guy was alone. And Like I said, here he is blaming the sun. Oh, lighting a cigarette. Yeah, I saw him looking at the floor. He might have even been bending down to get a CD too or something, or maybe a cassette tape at the time. But I know he was doing something, and he was not looking at the road. I mean, the driver, for Christ's sakes, of the truck, literally could see. And I mean, I don't think they put it in here, but yeah, but I mean, he even says how, you shouldn't be speeding, and he drives that road all the time, and he ain't never got into an accident for stupid stuff, But anybody gonna sit there and gonna blame the sun or a cigarette? Just don't get me wrong, there are places that, have bright sun. Even Route 2 is known for that, but hey, slow the F down, right? Just slow down and get real. Say, if I wasn't for my cat-like reflex, I'd been dead that day. Or just lost both my legs, but I don't know. Like I said, I wanted to share this because it's getting all ragged and ripped up, and gotta put it back in the archives, but that was a day, boy. That was a day. And actually, we just got in the truck and drove back off when everything was all said and done. This guy, he wasn't going to work. Stupid. But, till the next video, be safe, take care. And always be safe. Beware. You don't know what's out there. You don't know who's speeding. You don't know who's going to come up behind you and just wham. Here today, gone tomorrow. Out.